Sports on Tap is brought to you by Go To Pro Plumbing, Land and Sea Motorsports, On the Bay Customs Boutique and Cafe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
I don't know what we're yelling about!
I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice.
Loud noises!
Not a game.
This is the first time in my life I'm glad I'm deaf.
We're talking about practice, man.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
65.
63. Knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With music and straws dropping, they getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening and you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and rock with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go and all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. You can't let that shit happen. You can't. Solid. Nicely done. Welcome to this week's edition of Sports on Tap. I'm Chris Scott alongside Joe Waddell. We are down a man today as Frank Giagata is off tonight. Frank, we're thinking about you.
Yeah, Frank, gonna miss you, bud. We'll try and hold down the fort for you, and we'll try and make you proud, but you take care of what you got to take care of, and take care of your family, man.
Joe has your read later. I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, I haven't done a live read in a while, so this might be a back alley abortion waiting to happen.
Again, the bar is not exactly high for this, so I think you'll be fine.
I didn't say that, Frank.
Sorry, Frank. Love you, buddy.
I didn't say that.
Anyways, so this past week, as we were talking about it last week, J.J. Watt and where he was going to sign. There was many different places that we talked about. We talked about Cleveland, which I personally thought he was going to go to. I think, Joe, you did as well.
I thought Cleveland was definitely in the mix.
Right.
I thought Buffalo was in the mix.
I thought Buffalo was definitely in the mix as well. Green Bay, Pittsburgh.
And he said he wanted to go to a winner. Right. He said he wanted a chance at winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right. And then you could name a lot of teams in there.
Yeah.
That had a chance at winning a Super Bowl. And then he decides he wants to play for Arizona, and this is the only thing I can think of.
Well, this is awkward.
Because, like,
show me the money.
this is awkward because you said you want to win a Super Bowl, but they're not going to win a Super Bowl anytime soon.
No.
I'm sorry to say, and I like that team. I like the core they've built. We've discussed this before, but they're not anywhere close to a Super Bowl.
No, they're not. They're arguably not even the third best team in that division.
I would agree with that.
And so you pay a defensive player on the downside of his career who's had a history of injuries, and you guarantee him $23 million. To me, that's if you're on the cusp of winning something, then I could. But I'm actually kind of glad that Buffalo didn't do this because honestly, they're more than just J.J. Watt away from winning a Super Bowl. But you pay J.J. Watt that kind of money.
Well, the only thing I'll say about that is I thought Buffalo would be a good fit for him because we talked
about
I do
too. I do as well, but not at that price.
It's a steep price, but I think it would have been worth it though because you look at that team and you see they're basically an upgrade on defense a little bit and a running back, true real running back away from a Super Bowl.
But I think you can take that money that you would have paid J.J. Watt and you can get younger, cheaper players that will be more beneficial in not only this coming season but in the long run,
right?
Than what you would have paid J.J. Watt in guaranteed money. So I'm actually kind of glad that the Bills dodged that. Don't get me wrong, I wanted him on Buffalo, but not at that price.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat with you on Cleveland. It would have been nice to have him on the edge opposite Myles Garrett.
Absolutely.
It would have been a big upgrade. And the more pressure you get up front, the better it makes your secondary.
Oh, 100%.
So I would have liked that, but you're right. The price is pretty steep, and I think both teams that we're talking about here, and any other team that would have done this, could spend that money out in better ways. And I think Arizona, it kind of set themselves back in this move.
I would agree with you.
I don't understand where their thought process was on this.
I don't think it makes them significantly better.
It doesn't. It doesn't, because they weren't just an edge rusher away from being a really good defense. No. So it doesn't make sense. From both sides, it doesn't make sense to me, because he said he wanted to play for a Super Bowl contender.
Right.
Who sold you on the fact they're a Super Bowl contender?
Apparently DeAndre Hopkins.
Was it? Did Nuke Hopkins make a phone call and be like, "Dude, bro, we need you. We're almost there. We're only missing you."
No,
that's a hell of a sell on a phone call.
I mean, it's especially for NFL players. It's hard to turn down that type of guaranteed money. So I get it in that regard. But
yeah,
if you're all about saying you want to play for a winner or a Super Bowl contender, dude, you kind of just fucked yourself. You kind of just made yourself kind of a fraud, man.
Yeah, it was when Frank texted that in our group text that he signed with Arizona.
Right.
I went and looked it up, and I was like, is this really true? Because he said he wanted to play for a winner, and
right.
Arizona's not going to be a winner anytime soon.
No,
unless something miraculous happens. And I looked it up, and literally I heard crickets in my own head as I was reading some of these articles about him signing there. I was like, well, you said you want to play for a winner, and this is the team you picked.
That's the team you picked.
So basically, you lied. You were all about the money, which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not going to hate on that.
Just say that then.
Right, but don't say you want to play for a Super Bowl and then sign with the Cardinals.
Yeah,
that's not.
Which are, like, as you said, they're not close to winning a Super Bowl. I mean, you look at that division. That division is loaded because the Rams are going to be good again. The Seahawks are the Seahawks. Even they're probably going to keep Russ. It'd be my guess.
Yeah.
And the Niners, if they get their players back healthy, most of the players that they had that were hurt were stud players. So they get those guys back healthy. Now, the question with the Niners is at quarterback, obviously. 'Cause nobody knows what's going on with Jimmy G. Are they going to keep him? Are they going to trade him? Who knows?
Right.
Regardless, they're still going to be a good team, whether they trade him or not. So for J.J. Watt to say, oh, yeah, the Cardinals are a Super Bowl contender is just flat-out lunacy.
Yeah. No. And I got to be honest with you, I kind of know why Russ wants out now. If you look at the defenses he's going to have to play against, because don't get me wrong, J.J. Watt does upgrade that defensive line. He's going to have to play against Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt,
Bosa,
and Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
In 6 of his games next year. Like, that's Russ. I don't blame you at this point. I'd want to go somewhere else too, bro. That's rough.
Before we get to our bets here shortly, one more thing I want to add on the NFL. I was reading an article about the new media rights for the NFL coming up, which of course are astronomically high money wise, and
they're insane.
It's crazy, but there's talk that there's going to be a Monday night wild card game.
Really?
Yes.
I did not see that.
I don't know if it's a for sure thing yet, but there's talk that that's going to be a thing.
Okay.
Now, I actually kind of dig that. Don't get me wrong, I love wild card weekend. I do, but I kind of dig having a Monday night playoff game.
I mean, if they moved one game to Monday night,
right,
I'd be all for it.
I mean,
you know me. I'm all for more football.
Right.
So if you can space out the games and give me more days of football, I'm all for it, man.
I just think that'd be kind of cool, like a Monday night playoff game.
I would dig it.
Obviously, the coaches are going to bitch and complain about it, and whatever. That's what coaches do. But I think that's a really cool idea. And the Thursday night game apparently is getting moved to Amazon.
Yeah, it's always been on Amazon for a while now.
But it's only going
to be. That's the funny thing. Thursday Night Football is so bad. None of the other networks even bid on it.
No,
they didn't want it
because it's trash.
So it's going to stick to Amazon Prime and NFL Network.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's going to carry it. And of course, NFL, it's their own network, so they don't have to pay anything to carry it. But yeah, Thursday Night Football. They either need to improve it or get rid of it. And I hate to say get rid of it because I love more football. but you need to improve the games or figure out how to improve that in some way, shape, or form.
Like with bye weeks or something like that.
Something like that.
100%.
You have to incorporate the bye weeks with the teams that are going to play on Thursday night somehow, some way, and make it to where they're not on such a short week.
Right. What makes me laugh is some of these talking heads whenever it does happen that there is a good game on Thursday night. Oh, I thought Thursday night football sucked. Dude, it does suck. It's fucking terrible.
For the most part, 75% of the time,
right.
Thursday night football sucks.
Like every once in a while, you'll get a good game on Thursday night. Congratulations. It doesn't mean that it's good football. It doesn't mean that it's a good product. So that narrative is fucking stupid.
Yeah, and I'm personally torn between wanting a better product on Thursday and just wanting the product.
Right.
So it's either do I want a better product or am I happy with just the product?
I mean, you watch reruns of the Pro Bowl, so it's what it is.
Well, listen, I'm not that bad, but I am looking forward to if they're going to have any sort of a combine coming up.
Oh, I'm
here.
sure. You're going to be all over that.
I'm an NFL junkie, but even me as an NFL junkie, I'm torn as to whether I'm okay watching a shit product on Thursday nights because for the 75% of the time you get a shit product, and it's not necessarily fun to watch at about halftime or the middle of the third quarter. Some Thursdays I'm going, hey Raylan, how's Bubble Guppies over there? Like
right.
how's Blazing the Monster Machines over there? I'm gonna watch that with you because some of these Thursday games are just that bad.
They're bad. Speaking of football junkies, Dan Campbell.
Oh my God, this guy! I don't know what else I can say about this guy. I've made it very clear that to me he seems like he's a shtick, right? He seems like he belongs in 80s WWE.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah, I dig it. Yeah,
like he belongs beside Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho Man Savage. You know,
yeah. Brother.
Ooh, yeah, brother. See, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna come out here and we're gonna bite your knees. Ooh, yeah, and then we don't have a problem in the locker room. We don't have a problem. It's just it's all a shtick to me. And what he had to talk about today was, in literally, it was Frank sent us this in the group text, and it was a.
It's something else. Man.
It was a diatribe.
Yeah,
I mean, literally, the guy spoke War and Peace to basically say that he's an alpha male and he's willing to concede and back down if the decision is right for the team.
Cool, bro.
But the way he said it was, it was so long-winded.
Oh yeah,
and he was so full of himself, and he went from one area to another where I couldn't even follow what he was saying at one point.
I got like halfway through this and I'm just like, all right, I've lost it. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And it speaks that like nationally this coaching hire basically got panned, and you kind of see why when he does stuff like this. Now I know a Lion fan will be like, oh, just give him a chance. Give him a chance all you want. That's fine. But I'm sorry, like his first, second, third impressions have not been great.
No. And I'm going to read a little bit of this, and I don't want to bore people too badly, so I'm not sure I'll make it through the whole paragraph. It fits my entire phone right now. Brad and I do. Well, here's what I would say. I kind of brought this up weeks ago, but here's what I would say about a true alpha. A true alpha knows when it's time to concede for the betterment of the team. And so I would tell you one anyway or another. There's already been a couple of things where it's like, maybe we don't. You see it a little more this way. I see it a little that way. We haven't had one problem, and we're not going to have a problem. Because if we feel like it's the betterment of the team, and ultimately, let's go to what is. Brad feels one way. What does the pack feel like? How does everybody feel? How do all the coaches feel? How does Ray Agnew feel? And if I'm the odd man out, I've got zero problem. So listen, I'm just telling you. And that's like a third of the way through this. I'm going to stop now because I'm boring myself. But he's definitely got some conversation tells, right? Here's what I'm going to say. He says that a lot. If you listen to his opening press conference, well, here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what I'm going to say. Again, that's very wrestling promo.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, here's what I'm going to tell you, brother.
Here's what I'm going to do, brother.
What we're going to do right now is I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, okay? Yeah. And it's like, man, can you just say it? Just say, you know what? I'm man enough to say that I'm willing to back down if it's for the betterment of the
Like
team.
me and our team have disagreed a few times already. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that whole fucking spiel, which I made a third of the way through. I didn't even bore you with the other 2/3, could have been crunched down into a sentence of, hey, when it comes down to it, I think I am, and we're all willing to concede when it's for the betterment of the team.
That's like
done. That's a done. That's the answer.
That's like a meeting that could have been an email.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're right. That's a meeting that.
That's a meeting that could have been an email.
This could have been an email.
Yeah, 100%. It's like the Super Bowl this year. That could have been an email.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just,
You can't let that shit happen. You can't.
You can't. 100% you can't. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
I now have you as a drop.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to play that.
I like it.
You can't let that shit happen.
As long as it's appropriate, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. You want to get into the picks?
Yeah, let's do our picks.
Okay.
Let's do it.
If you've had plumbing problems, you're definitely not alone. The next time you have an issue, there's only one place to call. Go to Pro Plumbing. They're a local family-owned company with 15 years of experience. Based in Centerline, they serve the Metro Detroit area, keeping your pipes clean and flowing with fair prices and happy customers. They're open 7 days a week for all your plumbing needs. The knowledgeable and experienced staff will keep you informed of their progress every step of the way to make your experience as smooth as possible. Call Go To Pro Plumbing today at 586-250-2881. That's 586-250-2881. Go To Pro Plumbing. When your pipes won't flow, call the pro.
It's time!
It is time for the picks. I will say last week was not the greatest of weeks for me. I had West Ham on the money line, which I lost. It was a good game, but they lost it late. I took Manchester United over Chelsea on the money line. Lost that. They drew, of course. That was honestly one of the most boring games in general, not just soccer games. One of the most boring games I've ever watched.
Ever.
It was bad. However, I did hit my parlay, Man City and Real Madrid to both win, and they did. Plus 300. Took them like $67 on that.
Nice. And I got to tell you, I think I'm going to start betting on your soccer picks because you're batting pretty well in soccer picks right now.
I did today.
Yeah, we talked about it before the show.
I absolutely did today. Today was a good day for betting on Man City versus Wolves. So I'll take that. It was a nice little chunk of change I took home today. So
there you go. All right, you want to start it out? And we talked about it this last week. I think I have been giving too many picks, and I'm just spreading myself out. So I'm going to concentrate on like 3, maybe 4 picks. And I think you had talked about that's kind of what you try to do too.
Yep,
so just to let the listeners know.
I'm going to start off with the Liverpool-Chelsea. I believe it's tomorrow at Anfield. I'm going to take Chelsea here. Liverpool they've not been playing exactly great soccer lately, and Chelsea with their new manager, they've been playing decent. Not great, but decent, but they've been playing better than Liverpool. So I'm going to take Chelsea here plus the 196.
Nice.
Even though I hate Chelsea and I hate saying that, but whatever.
You know what? Sometimes money wins
straight
out.
Straight cash, homie.
Yep. Money wins out.
That's right.
So for my first pick, I'm going to go with the Clippers and Celtics tonight. Starts at 7:30, so I'm going to get this one in for you about 11 minutes before the game starts. I think a lock pick tonight is the over in that game. The over started out at 220.5. It's at 222 right now. Their last game they played was at 234 on the over. I think the last 18 to 16 games that the Clippers have played, one team has hit 110. I think this game is almost a lock to go over, and that's where I'm going to take this one. And I would also take the Clippers on the money line. So if you wanted to parlay those two, take the Clippers on the money line and the over. That'd be a nice bet for you.
I like it. I might actually take you up on that. I might actually throw a bet on that. Throw some cheddar on that.
Yeah.
My next bet here, I'm going to take a parlay. I'm going to give Aston Villa to win, but I'm going to take both teams to score.
Nice.
Which is at plus 350. So that is pretty decent odds. Hit a nice chunk of change, which that game is tomorrow as well, I believe. I did that today with Man City versus Wolves, and that's won me a nice little bit of money. So I figured, let's try it again. Let's see if we can double dip here.
Hey, you know what? You're playing with house money now.
Right, exactly.
So you're not. If you lose, you're not losing anything.
Right.
All right. I think for my next bet, I'm going to take the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. It's a 9:00 start tonight. I like them. They were giving up 7 points. I like it better at that. Right now they're giving up 8. I still kind of like them giving up the 8. I believe they handle this game tonight pretty well. I don't think the Jazz are going to, or the Nuggets are going to be. I was looking at the other game next.
Yeah.
I don't think the Nuggets are going to be quite the competition for them tonight. I think the Bucks will handle the Nuggets pretty easy tonight. So I would take them even minus the 8 that it's up to now.
Okay. This one's actually going to surprise you. This is tonight. I believe here starting here shortly, or it might have already started. The Detroit Red Wings taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. I am taking the Detroit Red Wings on the money line at plus 164.
Wow.
The Blue Jackets have not been playing well as of late. Tortorella's on the hot seat. The Red Wings, besides getting blasted by the Blackhawks the other night, they've been playing better of late. And as me and Joe talked about before the show, they have Bernier in goal, not Thomas Greiss. So, with all that being said, I'm going to take the Red Wings on the money line at plus 164. Why not?
Nice. So, I have a soccer pick coming up. I actually have 2.
Okay.
I'm going to throw 2 out there at the same time.
Yep.
And your soccer picks were who again?
Today?
Yeah.
I took Chelsea over Liverpool and Aston Villa.
Gotcha. Okay. My soccer picks, not as well educated as yours, but I've looked into it a little bit.
Right.
I'm going to take Manchester United playing Crystal Palace. I'm going to take them giving up a goal and a half.
Okay.
Just doing some research, seeing how they've played. I think they handle that game pretty well. I think they win by more than a goal and a half. I think they win by 2 goals.
Okay.
I would take them giving up a goal and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also take the under 2.5 goals total for the Leicester City and Burnley game.
Leicester.
Leicester?
Leicester. Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Leicester and who? Burnley?
And Burnley.
I would take the over on that.
Okay. Well, we're at odds then, because in doing my research, I would go under in this game.
That's fair. All right.
Yep.
Right.
So that's where we're at, and I believe that's the picks.
No, I got one more.
Oh, you got one more?
I got one more.
Look at you.
I got another parlay. I got Devin Booker at 30-plus points tonight and Phoenix to beat the Lakers.
Nice.
That was a boost one. It was at, I didn't see what the boost was, but it was a boost. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll throw some ducats on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are the picks.
Those are the picks.
Those are the picks.
Now those are the picks. All right. So, just real quick, I have to play this for you because we made a big deal about the word trajectory last week.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, I forget that not everybody has a child that watches kids shows that are in your head all the time.
Yeah.
And just being a parent, we forget that sometimes. My daughter's TV shows, their songs get stuck in my head. So when you said the word trajectory, it instantly reminded me, and I said it last week, and basically you guys looked at me like I was fucking nuts, which is realistic because neither one of you have kids, and I should have known that was going to go down like a fart in church. But I just blurted it out.
What?
Yeah. So this is the trajectory song that I was talking about last week. So you know I'm not entirely crazy. I'm just a parent who has kid songs stuck in his head.
Right.
Trajectory.
These bats on the table are looking really good right about now.
Trajectory.
Seriously, man. Oh, my God.
When you said that word last week, it's sad. That song sprung into my head. It's insane how a parent's mind works sometimes.
Right.
But that was the first thing that popped into my head when you said trajectory last week.
I can't even imagine how...
Yeah, it's not good sometimes.
Oh, my God.
It's not good. I want to get out of my own head sometimes.
You want to know what is good?
I bet you're going to tell me. I'm not going to tell you.
No.
But you're going to tell me.
No, my guy Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank. I I've recently started the process of looking into buying a new home, and going to my guy Jason Stilner at Flagstar Bank. Guys, he's amazing. He's awesome. Anything he can do for you to try to get you in the house that you're looking for, he's going to do whatever he can to make that happen. So give my guy Jason Stiltner a call at Flagstar Bank. Trust me, as I just said, he's going to give you the top-notch service that you're looking for. Flagstar, they're currently offering a 0% down home purchase program. However, the program won't last long, but the rates are incredibly low. So again, call my guy Jason Stiltner today at 248-675-0675. Trust me, you don't want to miss this great opportunity. That number again is 248-675-0675. Flagstar Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Happy Chinooka.
I had to.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
I had to.
Holy shit, that was funny.
Happy Chinooka.
Oh, that was great.
Ay, ay, ay.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
Appreciate that. I think it's time for.
You know what really grinds my gears?
I think it is 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's time for what grinds my gears.
Yes.
And
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Chris, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
No, I'll go first because this one's been bothering me since this past Saturday when I was watching.
I love this part of the show. To be honest,
It's great.
I'm glad we've incorporated this every week now because
100%.
It kind of gets some shit out.
100%. So I was watching the Maple Leafs game on Saturday night, and there's a player for them, William Nylander, who he's got a relatively absorbent contract. It's pretty high for the type of player that he is. And not to mention he held out to get said contract. Now I'm all for players for getting their money. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But if you're gonna do that, you got to produce. You have to produce. So this season, he started out pretty slow, so fans were getting on him about it, right? Which they absolutely should. You're getting paid that money, produce, man.
Well, and they're fans of a team, and you play for the team, and if you're not playing well, they're going to get on you.
Right. However, so this game on Saturday night, he scores 2 goals. Okay, great. And then here comes the idiot fan. Oh, look what Nylander did. Look at all you fucking haters out there. Oh, fucking Nylander. What do you got to say now? It's like, dude, it's 2 goals.
Yeah.
Like, take it easy.
Let's bring it down a
Yeah,
notch.
take it down a few notches, bro. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, it's like if you criticize like somebody's anything. There's another one I had. The Buffalo Sabres reverse retro jerseys.
Okay.
Like somebody's like I think it was the NHL like posted them because they wore them this past weekend. I'm like, these are trash because they are trash. They're hideous. And it must have been a Sabres fan or something like that replied back to me. He goes, well, he's not talking about the team. They're talking about the jerseys. I'm like, they're both trash because the team sucks too. And he's and he's like, you're trash. I'm like, really?
Good talk.
I'm like, that's, and I go, good comeback, loser. I mean, this is dumb to me.
Well,
because I have a differing opinion than you. You like the jerseys, and that's cool. I don't, and they're trash. I think they're trash. You like them? Great.
Well, and you like the team because you're a fan of them.
Right.
Congratulations. I don't have to like them.
Right. But to say that I'm trash because I have a differing opinion than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's completely wrong because he just got the wrong reason why you're trash. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of other reasons why you're trash, Chris. It's not because you hate the Sabres.
No.
I'm just fucking.
And
I'm just fucking with
and I don't even hate the Sabres, but the team itself is trash. They're garbage.
Right. Well, I have one here that has been bothering me for a while, and it kind of goes along with that one. So I'm going to bring this one up right now.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What really grinds my gears is when you criticize the team you're a fan of, and then other fans of that team come out and say, oh, well, you're a bandwagon fan, or, oh, why don't you just find another team to root for, or you aren't a real fan of the team if you criticize them. No, I am.
No,
and I want them to succeed,
yeah.
Which is why I'm criticizing them right now, and I'm saying the things that are wrong with them because I'm just realistic as a fan. I'm not going to look at a team I root for and go, oh, everything's sunshine and rainbows. This is great. The team farts fucking butterflies. No, you can be a realistic fan and still be a fan of a team. You fans that say you can't criticize a team or you're not a real fan, are fucking pathetic. You're pathetic because you look at the team you root for and you see nothing wrong with them ever, even though they never win anything. And typically it's fans of the teams that don't win shit that have these fans.
I think that is,
and I'm speaking of the Browns, by the way.
Right. That to me, fans like that are not true fans.
Right.
Because they see even if shit's going bad, they just think, oh, everything's great.
Right.
Like,
so because you're a fan, you just have to see nothing but sunshines and rainbows.
That's not how fandom works, man.
It's you don't have to blindly follow your team and think everything they do is perfect. You can see faults in them.
Absolutely. 100% I agree with this. I have another one here.
That just pisses me off. Pisses me off.
I have another one here.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Why, especially on social media, whenever I see the phrase "inject whatever into my veins," like they see something like a player hit a home run or something like that, or inject that into my veins, or a certain team won.
Yeah,
stop it. You sound like an idiot.
That just sounds stupid.
It sounds incredibly stupid.
Is that a Twitter thing?
It is.
Okay, because I'm not on Twitter
You're
a lot,
not.
so I haven't. That's a new one. That's a new one for me.
I see it, and I cringe every time I see it.
Inject that into my veins.
Yes, it's just like it's not just sports. It's like a lot of stuff that people see. They like something or whatever, and like inject that into my veins. It's like stop it.
Okay, so I've got a new pet peeve.
You know what really grinds my gears?
The fact that fucking people say that. That's a new one for me.
Yeah,
and I agree that grinds my gears because that's just
it's just stupid,
fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it's incredibly fucking stupid.
All right, I have one more here, and I've got a couple, but we'll space them out because we're gonna do this every week.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Grammar, and this one is a long-standing one for me. But I was reading somebody's Facebook post this last week, and they took the opportunity to shorten words. It wasn't just grammar. Like I have a problem with the fact that people say or type different they or their, different theirs and different wheres and things like that. Like get the right word first of all. But not even that. This person took the opportunity to shorten words that didn't need to be shortened.
Oh, so they went the Kevin route from The Office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like for that, it was THT. Yeah. And for Gunna, it was GNNA. And for with, it was WTH. And it was like, what?
So all the time you saved.
So how much time did you really save? And what's the fucking point? I just don't see the point in it.
I'm with you.
That one. I read that and instantly in my head, I started to have an aneurysm because why?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have to do that?
Yeah.
Just type the fucking word. You took out one fucking letter. And when you read it like that without the one fucking letter, you look like you don't know how to put your own pants on.
Right.
You look like you need a helmet to ride on a bus.
Right.
When you do that.
I have kind of piggybacking off of that. When somebody just replies with K.
Oh.
It drives me nuts.
Oh my God.
It drives me fucking insane.
Okay, so am I the only? I'm obviously not the only person. So K to me says that you're pissed off about something, right? To me, it's if you say K back to me, it's what's your attitude about? You can't type out O and K. You can't type out the word okay. Like K to me is one of those where it's you're just being shitty. Like just type okay.
See, I don't get that shitty vibe. To me, it's just lazy. That's the vibe I get. It's like you're fucking lazy. You can't take the extra millisecond to hit O.
To put an O there?
Really? Yeah. So that's.
See, and I go far enough to type out the word okay.
That's fair.
Most of the time.
That's fair.
But I'm a big grammar person. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is grammar, and I try to be as.
Oh, I got one. If you're speaking of grammar,
as grammatically correct as possible.
I have one. If we're talking about grammar, that I'm seeing this more and more and more, and it fucking irritates the hell out of me when people say lose and they type loose.
Oh my God! Yeah. So every time
I say it so much now.
Every time they do that, and they do it a lot. You're right. Every time they do that, I put the meme of Eddie Murphy from Coming to America, where he says, "I can be loose."
I give you loose.
I give you loose.
He's such a looser. Wait, is he a looser?
Is he? What is he looser than?
Yeah, like it drives me nuts.
Yeah, yeah, and somebody would say, like I said, looser than.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would say looser than because they don't know which word to use.
Of course.
And it just drives the fucking shit out of me. What are our schools doing right now? Because grammar is a big thing for me, and I feel like nobody, like 75% of the people out there don't have good grammar anymore.
They don't.
It's just, it drives me up a fucking wall.
You know what really grinds my gears?
That's what it does.
Yes.
That's what it
really
fucking does.
It really does, 100%.
All right. So that's the it grinds my gears segment for the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we got some good ones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got a few more that I saved.
Yeah, so do I.
And believe me, they're going to start piling up because I realize, and I think you're the same way, and Frank probably is too, I think, we have a lot of things that bother us.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it. Like, we're really just kind of like shit bothers us.
We are fun-loving people, but there's a lot of shit that bother us.
Yes. I mean, listen, everybody that knows me knows I'm fucking fun, but there's a lot of shit that grinds my gears.
Yes, 100%.
All right. All right. So, also in breaking news about the this was something I read the other day. It's funny. I just want to read it. It's about J.J. Watt signing with Arizona. It says, in breaking news, the Texans owner Cal McNair agreed to trade the entire organization to the Arizona Cardinals for 3 packs of 1991 Stadium Club cards and a fanny pack.
All right.
Because they traded DeAndre Hopkins for literally nothing.
Nothing.
And then let J.J. Watt walk, let him go, and he just went to the Cardinals. So Cal McNair's just going to, give the whole franchise to the Cardinals just for,
I dig it.
Just for some football cards. Oh, man.
Nice.
All right, what do we got next?
I don't know. I know we talked about it, but I forgot.
Are you tired of going from dealership to dealership looking for an automobile or boat? Get in touch with Land & Sea Motorsports. They specialize in finding you the car, truck, or boat you're in the market for. At Land & Sea Motorsports, tell them the type of vehicle and features you want that will fit your budget. They'll find it for you. They also offer shrink wrapping and winterization for all boats and jet skis. If your boat or vehicle needs any repairs or cleaning, they offer a full detail division as well. So give them a call at 586-484-9798 or visit their website at landandseamotorsports.com. That's landandseamotorsports.com.
That's solid.
Thanks.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Nicely done.
I kind of miss doing the live reads because I don't want to get out of the habit of doing them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was kind of fun. I like doing that. I might go back to doing live reads.
Yeah.
All right. So one thing we did talk about
is
the sketch from the Chappelle Show.
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's what it was. Yes.
So the sketch from the Chappelle Show where Charlie Murphy told the story about playing basketball with Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And the sketch was pretty funny.
It was honestly one of the best sketches.
It's hilarious.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So Eddie Murphy was on the Jimmy Fallon show, and Jimmy Fallon questioned him about certain iconic people that he's met and everything like that, and Prince came up. And this is what came out of that interview.
Did the story that your brother Charlie, which again, I'm sorry to hear about his passing, the story about Prince challenging you to a game of pickup basketball that he told on Chappelle, that I'm sure that really happened, but
that is totally and absolutely accurate.
But he gave you outfits?
No, we had on stuff from the club, So we had on club clothes, and Prince had on that outfit that was in the Kiss video, where he had the little short shirt and the leather jacket and the buttons and stuff. He had that outfit on, a little gold chain around his waist, a waistlet, I think he had on the waistlet. And he was like, "Hey, y'all want to play some basketball?" He was like, "What the? You want to play some basketball?" And it was like, "All right, let's play." And my brother it was Prince, was a dude named Mickey Free that used to hang out. Then they used to all kind of wear that kind of Prince clothes. So my brother was like, all right, it's going to be shirts against blouses.
And who won?
And they teamed up, and the blouses won. They beat out of us. But you know what I think? We had one dude on our squad that could play named Larry, and he didn't have no shoes, so Prince gave him some sneakers, right? And Prince wore maybe 2-3 sizes smaller than Larry, but Larry was so excited to have Prince's sneakers on. He put them tiny sneakers on his feet, so he couldn't do his
Toes
game
all
right.
crammed up.
Yeah, so he could execute. So we lost. The one dude that could play, Prince's shoes had him shut down, so he couldn't execute.
That's genius. That's the genius move.
That's awesome.
That was I laughed so hard when I watched that the first time.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
Like,
to know that sketch actually
it's real.
happened in real life
Yes.
is fantastic. And it's shirts versus blouses.
God, if he actually said, I wish you would have asked him if he actually said at the end of it, game blouses.
Yeah.
That's what I really want to know, if he actually said that. Because if he did, that's an all-timer right there. That's
an all-time story.
That's great.
I mean, it's amazing. And I had to bring that up on the show.
Oh, absolutely.
I had to. Talking about sports and entertainment. That's just
Game blouses.
and of course, I think we all have seen the Chappelle show, and that sketch is iconic, and it was hilarious. And then to know that it was actually fucking true.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Makes it just that much better.
Yeah. And no, the blouses won. They beat the shit out of us.
Well, I mean, Prince he played basketball in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure he wasn't a bad basketball player by any means.
Yeah, he was a very tiny guy though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, man, those guys can shoot.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he can play some hoops, man. Even in his blouse. Even in his blouse.
I want to get to. I want to mention quickly about Michigan basketball. They're actually playing right now.
Yeah,
as we're recording this,
and they could lock up the regular season. Big Ten.
If they win tonight and beat Illinois, they will lock up the regular season title. Now, I know we've talked about it throughout just sports during this pandemic and whatnot. Does it mean anything? Is it tainted? Is it does it have an asterisk next to it?
I think it will have an asterisk.
I think it. And as much as I hate to say, I think it will, and I think it should, because
I agree.
I mean, everybody's kind of playing on the same playing field, like no fans in the stands, but the issue with that is that's what makes sports. That affects the outcomes of some games. It just does.
Yes, and listen, it's not like a normal year where every team is playing on the same level with injuries or whatever.
Right.
This is something where players have opted out.
Yep.
Whole teams, including Michigan, have had to sit out multiple weeks of no games. I mean, Michigan didn't play a game for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
A little more than that actually. And I mean, to their credit, they came back from those weeks off, and they're playing insanely well.
Yep.
They're actually losing as we speak, 19 to 14. But it's early, and again, they can lock up the Big Ten regular season.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is very remarkable, though, and I don't think you can take anything away from them, being that it is an asterisk season. What they've done is incredible. They don't have any 5-stars on that team.
They will next year.
They will next year, but we talked about it last week. Juwan Howard has done something that most people didn't see happening, and for what he's getting out of that team right now, it's incredible.
Yeah,
it's incredible. He's doing an amazing job as the head coach of that team, and I personally didn't see it coming. I don't think a lot of people did.
No, you said it. What he's done has been incredible. And not this year, people say like, well, yeah, they're playing everybody's playing on the same playing field with no fans, so it actually does come out to see who the better team is. Maybe, I could see that argument, but it just with fans in the stands, it just makes the game completely different. Like we'll take when Michigan went down to Columbus. I think if there's fans in the stands, I think Michigan loses that game. I do.
Yeah,
like it's a different game.
Yeah,
You know, just the momentum shifts. It gets you hyped up. It's different. Even college football is the same thing. Like just with fans in and out of the stands, it's just different. It's a different atmosphere. So
yeah.
So I think you gotta kind of take like this whole year, I guess, but kind of with a grain of salt, I guess, for lack of a better term, just because of just no fans. Now we're apparently starting to move toward more normalcy now. Thankfully.
Yeah, I mean, I heard today that a couple of states are.
Like Texas is open for business. Apparently,
yeah, Texas said no mask law.
Just go.
It's the Wild West down there.
Man.
They're just like, go do your shit.
And Florida is not too far behind it, so it's
yeah.
Which it doesn't matter your politics. I don't fucking care about your politics and how you feel about it. Don't give a shit.
I hate the fact that politics got brought into some of this. I really do. I despise the fact that it became political for any of this.
Right.
No matter what side of the virus you were on, or what side of wearing masks or closing down businesses, to me, the fact that it became political really bugged the shit out of me, because politics had nothing to do with a lot of it. You could have felt one way or the other. People brought politics into it, and that really bugged the shit out of me.
Of course. That grinded your gears, eh?
It really grinded my gears. You know what really grinds my gears?
No, and you're right about that. It's been it's been a really challenging time for a lot of people. Have certain people handled it better than others? 100%. This is a fact.
Yes.
But I don't want to crush anybody, even though I really do. But hopefully now we're starting to finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, and things will start getting back to normal. We can do what we,
Well, and I saw here in Michigan on March 5th, we're stepping back a little bit, so restaurants can be at 50% capacity.
Open till 11.
Open till 11, and they're relaxing some of the rules now, which is nice, especially for a business that took the biggest hit, at least here in Michigan.
Oh yeah.
The restaurant business, and I have a lot of friends that are in that business still, and man, they took a hit this last year.
It was almost like they were being blamed for it.
And to me, I felt it was unfair to put all that on one industry, and I felt that it was rough for a lot of people in the industry, and a lot of people in the industry have lost a lot over the last year. And of course, I'm not taking anything away from people that have lost their lives, because there's been a lot of people that have lost their lives over this too.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that restaurants and bars were spreading it and killing people like they were made out to be.
No.
So I'm glad we're starting to relax. I'm glad we're getting back to a little bit closer to normal.
A little bit semblance of normalcy,
and I'm glad we're at that point now to where we've got the vaccine coming out. We've got 3 of them now that are out. I can speak for my family. My mother has gotten one of the shots. She's getting her second one, I believe, this Friday. My sister's gotten both shots. My aunt and uncle in Georgia have gotten their vaccines. So I think things are in the right direction, and it's looking good. And I'm hoping from a sports perspective, which we're a sports show, we'll tell you that, I'm happy that we're going to get back to some normalcy, because I want to go.
I'm just going to games.
I want to go see a baseball game this year.
Damn it.
I want to go down to Comerica Park, man. I want to take my daughter down to Comerica Park for the first time. I want to go have an overpriced hot dog. And
I want $10 beers. Let's go.
Right. Like, let's fucking do this, So yeah, I kind of want to get back to normalcy with sports, but on the side of just life, it's been a shit year for almost everybody, and I think we can all agree that it's good to be getting closer to seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, then hopefully we don't do something stupid to fuck that up, and just shit's starting to like reopen. Just be fucking smart about it, people.
Yeah, don't. I mean, don't just.
I know this country is stupid as fuck, because it is.
Yeah,
but.
Listen, people, don't just go ripping off your masks and your clothes and go running around naked going, the virus is gone, the virus is gone. Let's reel it in a notch. Let's reel it in a notch.
Just be smart. As simple as that.
Let's take it a little bit slow.
Don't be a dum-dum.
Yeah. Don't be a dumbass.
Don't be a dum-dum.
So.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah. One thing I did want to talk about is something else, football.
Yeah.
And so we're a little less than 2 months away from the draft.
Yeah, the Lions Super Bowl, yes.
The Lions Super Bowl.
Yep.
And there's been a lot of talk over the last couple weeks now and it's been all over the board as to what direction certain teams are going to go. And one of those certain teams is the hometown team here, the Lions. And I wanted to get your perspective on this, and I want to give mine.
Yeah.
There's been talk of that they're now definitely not considering a quarterback, which to me is not a smart move. One, to not consider a quarterback, and it's not a smart move to put it out there that you're not considering a quarterback, because that just takes away your possibility of trading down, which is what I personally think you should try to do. If the possibility is there to trade down, you need to leverage that. And leveraging that means you need to put it out there that you're going to go after anybody, including a quarterback, because then you have the most leverage to trade back so somebody can jump up. So what is your perspective on who they should take? What do you think they should take as the local team here, as what you think? Because it's been a big conversation lately, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it for a few minutes.
I personally think they should trade back if they can. I'm always in favor of trading back, acquiring more picks. That's my draft philosophy. Unless there's like some freak, like when Calvin was there.
Yeah,
fine. That's fine. But when you have the pick that the Lions have, if you have anything like less than like number 5, like anything below 5, try to trade back and acquire more picks. That's how you build your fucking team, man.
Yeah, well, you look at what New England did for many years.
Exactly.
They acquired more picks.
Seemed to work out pretty well for them
all the time. And people want to talk about the New England or the Patriot way. They acquired more picks, and the more picks you have, it's like the lottery, right? The more times you play the lottery, the better of a chance you have at hitting on something, right? So it's the more tickets you have, the more of a chance that one of those tickets will pan out. So the more picks you have, the better the opportunity that one of those picks will pan out and be a great player.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just acquiring picks is smart in my book. And we're going to dive more into this over the next little while, the next few weeks here.
Right.
Because the draft is coming up, and we'll get into doing some mock drafts, and we'll get into talking about what teams are looking for what teams are, or what players are moving up the chart on the draft board, what players are moving down. But it was intriguing for me to hear that the Lions are definitely out on a quarterback. But I just think that's a bad move.
No, I agree with you. And to say that they're not looking into a quarterback is downright dumb.
And it wasn't necessarily that they said it, but it got leaked out.
It's a total Lions move, though, to do that.
Right.
To totally sabotage yourself.
Well, it's like last year when they should have been selling even if they didn't want to, they should have been selling the fact that he might draft a quarterback. But what was it, like a week before the draft, they signed Case Keenum?
Yeah.
Or no, not Case Keenum, but
Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniel.
Yeah.
Same guy, basically.
Yeah.
So they signed Chase Daniel like a week before the draft. Well, you have Matt Stafford. You just signed Chase Daniel.
You're clearly not drafting.
So you're clearly not going to draft Tua or Herbert. So nobody's going to listen to you when you're talking about trading out of that position.
No.
Because they're not afraid you're going to take their guy.
Right. That's Lions logic. Now, if this is, I'm just kind of reading a mock draft right here. Now, if this is accurate, this is total fucking Lions logic. They have him taking
Kyle Pitts.
No, Jalen Waddle.
Oh,
at number 7.
To me, he's the. I like this conversation though. I want to get into this. To me, he's the second best receiver on the board,
and that's fair.
Because to me, it's Jamar Chase is the number 1.
Okay.
He opted out this last year and didn't play, but he gets forgotten about a little bit because he opted out. Now, Devontae Smith won the Heisman, right? Everybody's talking about him. But to me, he's not a prototypical NFL wide receiver.
No.
To me, he's going to be a decent wide receiver, but I don't see him being a Julio. I don't see him being a Tyreek Hill.
I think he's going to be a slot type guy.
Yeah. He'll be a decent player in the NFL, but I don't see him being a top 10 change your franchise pick, right? But in reality, you look at how many wide receivers that are drafted in the top 10 really do pan out to actually be a top 10 talent wide receiver. Not a lot. Now, does that go to the fact that most top 10 picks don't pan out? It's not just wide receivers. It's just most top 10 picks are kind of still crapshoots.
Right.
Could be. But when I look at it, I think Jalen Waddle is actually the second best wide receiver on the board, in my opinion.
And that's fair. You can't take a wide receiver at number 7. You can't.
It's being reported that they're actually that's one of the positions they're actually looking at. Now, I saw a mock draft with them taking Kyle Pitts and the tight end out of Florida. And for me, that's just insane. And somebody brought up the fact that, they're going to draft him, but they're not going to play him at tight end. They're going to draft him to play wide receiver. Well, in that case, why wouldn't you just draft Jamar Chase or Jalen Waddle, who is a wide receiver,
right,
and are better than Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts plays tight end. So I just think that would be a total Lions pick if they took Pitts.
If they took another tight end
in the top 10, that would be a complete Lions.
Oh, that'd
move.
be hysterical if they did that.
I would laugh so hard I would cry.
Oh yeah,
I'm not even joking.
Now the Waddle pick was contingent on if Micah Parsons was or isn't there.
Gotcha.
If he's there, I think they go Parsons, and I'm cool with that pick. I think that's legitimate.
I think Parsons is a top 10 talent. I think he's a top 5 talent, actually. I think he's one of the best players in this draft. Right. He can be your quarterback on defense for many years. I think that's a smart pick if he's there.
Right.
I absolutely do.
But I think overall, I think you try to trade back, acquire as much as you possibly can in this draft because you have so many holes to fill.
You do. And see, the thing of trading back, you have to have a team that's willing to trade with you, right? So it doesn't come down to just trading back. And saying trade back is a pretty easy thing to say when you have to have another party to do the dance with. You know what I mean? It's always a smart move to trade back, and I agree with you. As long as you're not in the top 5 where you're going to get one of those top 5 talents.
Right.
This year, I'm more for trading back than I have for them, looking at their team and looking at what they have to look at. I think Parsons is probably going to be gone.
Yeah, I think he is too.
And if you're looking at taking wide receiver, if you're looking at taking anybody else that's on the board there, I think it's smarter for them to move back, acquire a few more picks, and just kick the can down the road a little bit for the quarterback because you just got a guy that can fill that hole for a few years. You don't have to take any of the guys that are out there this year. And everybody's saying Mac Jones, right? I personally am not sold on him.
Neither am I.
He played for a team that was.
He reminds me of Tua.
He was an NFL caliber team. It was an NFL caliber team that he didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
You know how many minutes he played without the lead this year?
What, 2?
9.
Yeah.
9 total minutes.
Yeah, like he kind of reminds me of Tua a little bit. Like I wasn't sold on Tua at Bama. Mac Jones, same thing.
Yeah,
like he just
and for me, I was more sold on Tua. I still think he's going to be a good quarterback, but with Mac Jones, he hasn't had much adversity, and I just don't see the talent there.
Right.
I just don't see that superb talent there. Like at least with Tua, you could see the athletic ability, the talent that he had. With Mac Jones, I just don't see much talent. And Trey Lance is intriguing for me. I really like Trey Lance, but he didn't play this last year.
Right.
And that's a pretty big question mark for a quarterback, right? It's not as big a deal for Jamar Chase, a wide receiver that didn't play, as it is for a quarterback that didn't play, in my opinion.
I was still kind of leery of that, though, because you remember when Mike Williams did that?
Yeah. Well, so in that case, Micah Parsons didn't play this last year.
Right.
Would that sway you away? Because teams.
No, it wouldn't sway me away from
Parsons.
No, the receiver you're just
talking about. From Jamar Chase.
It wouldn't sway me away from him. I was just taking the devil's advocate point of view on this. To say, well, I mean, Mike Williams was like the first one to kind of do this.
Yeah.
Back then, and that we all saw how that fucking turned out.
Yeah, didn't turn out very well.
It did not. So yeah,
and it was the Lions, by the way.
Of course it was. Now, would I be kind of leery about it? A little bit, but I don't think it would. Especially with how things are now and how these guys work out and things like that, it wouldn't deter me from actually picking him if it was the right pick.
Yeah. See, the only thing that I think about from the Lions' perspective with this draft coming up is if they do pass on a quarterback that's there, say it's insane, but say Fields falls, right? Or say Trey Lance is there. Now, I like Trey Lance, and by all accounts, Fields is a great football player, but we've talked about the school he comes from, and they don't really succeed in the NFL. But you have a guy in Jared Goff who can win you games. He's not.
He can lose you games too.
Well, he can, but in all honesty, he's not a guy. I look at him like Trent Dilfer, right? As long as the team around him is going to be okay, he's not going to really lose you games, but he's not going to be the guy to like single-handedly win you a game, right? But he's good enough.
Game manager.
Yeah, he's good enough that you're probably going to win 5 or 6 games, right? At 5 or 6 games, you're not going to be in the top 10 pick next year. You're not going to be a top 10 pick.
Right.
So in that case, when do you look for your quarterback for the future? If Goff is not your guy, when do you go get that guy? And this draft has some guys you can get. So that's the one that makes me question maybe they should draft a quarterback this year. Because if you're going to win 5 or 6 games the next couple of years, you're not going to be in the top 10
I don't think
again.
I don't think they're going to win that many games, though. I don't.
No? So, I mean, that would be my main question. Is if they're going to not be in the top 10 in the next few years, they might need to go get that quarterback this year and sit him, kind of like Green Bay has done several times. They did it with Aaron Rodgers. They sat him for a few years. They've done it with Jordan Love now. They got him sitting on the bench behind Aaron Rodgers. If you're smart, sometimes you can see the future and you look ahead and you go, all right, maybe we should go get our guy now and just sit him there.
But the organizations you just mentioned are successful organizations.
That's true.
And the one we've been talking about for the past 20 minutes
is not
a successful organization.
That is true.
So there's your difference.
both true.
Yes.
Both true facts, yeah. So
yes.
Well, we'll get more into the draft.
Yeah, for sure.
As it gets closer, but that was just a question I wanted to throw out there.
Yeah. Good question.
So before we wrap up the show today, is there anything else you want to go over?
No, one thing I did, I thought it was cool this past Sunday when like a lot of the golfers were wearing like the Sunday red for Tiger.
Yes,
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of it, but I did see that a lot of the golfers were wearing the red shirts,
like red shirts with black slacks, and I thought it was pretty cool.
It was cool, and I think Tiger made a statement about it.
He
Said he was very touched by it, and it was.
But it just shows you Tiger Woods is golf. He is.
Yeah, I mean he's transcended golf.
He is the needle when it comes to golf.
Yeah, and who won? Because
Collin Morikawa.
He was wearing a gray shirt, and he said his red shirt got stuck.
He could. It didn't come in time so he could wear it.
Yeah, that had to be one of the most embarrassing possible. Like he's winning the tournament, and his red shirt didn't come in time, so he's not honoring
and
Tiger
Woods is like his idol too,
right?
He's like, I just didn't come in time. What
like
can I do?
Like the one guy who's not honoring him is the one guy who wins, and he actually idolizes Tiger Woods. So
I thought it was pretty funny, but I just thought it was kind of a cool gesture from the guys on tour. So
yeah, I agree. It was pretty cool to see that. It was nice to read Tiger's comments about it, that he was touched by it. It was pretty cool. Well, with that said, we're at the point where we have, and we're going to do this every week now too. We've been talked into having it a recurring aspect of the show, and it's awkward cameo videos.
Now, if you thought last week's was awkward, from what I've been told, this one is significantly worse.
It is significantly worse, and every cameo video I see, I say awkward cameo videos. I should just say cameo videos because they're all awkward as hell. Because you're paying a celebrity to say things that you just type to them to say.
Yeah.
And they don't really know how to say it. And then some of them that some of these people are asking them to say some really weird shit, right?
Like then you come up with Happy Chinooka.
Right. Yeah. Happy Chinooka. Yeah. So when you get
Happy Chinooka.
Yes.
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is.
No, nobody does.
So yeah, you get that. And then last week we played the one, Mark McGrath. He had to fire an employee who was also the friend of the person who paid for the cameo. And now we have this.
What's up, Braden? It is Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray, off the charts, but always in your hearts. And this cameo was booked by Cheyenne, and she wants you to know a few things. And this is a little difficult for me to say because it's the first one of these I've done, but she wants you to know that you mean a lot to her. You mean the world to her. But she's having difficulty staying in this long-distance relationship. You know, it's tough. I've been on the road for years, and I've been with my wife a long time, and the biggest arguments, the biggest, obstacles in our relationships is the distance between us. It makes it very difficult when we're on the road, and it's hard. So Cheyenne is trying to let you know, Braden, that it's very, very tough for her to stay in this relationship. She still cares about you a lot. You never know what the future may hold, and she still wants to be friends with you because obviously she cares about you very, very much. And she wants you to know good luck on your thesis coming up. Probably not the best timing, Cheyenne, when he's doing his thesis, but I understand. You know, you got to work on your thesis and life goes on, and I'm sure there's big things ahead of you in the future, Braden. But Cheyenne cares about you enough to let you know that she's thinking about you. But the long distance thing is just a little difficult for her. And she wants you to stay positive. She wants you to be friends. And she knows that you're a fan of the band Sugar Ray, which I'm honored. I wish I was delivering you good news. Hopefully I can see you backstage, give you a high five someday, dude. And we can maybe laugh about this sometime. Hopefully we all can. Cheyenne, Braden, all of us. We all can hang out. But she wants to be friends right now, bro. The long distance thing's a little difficult, but she wishes you nothing but the best. All the love in the world. And do your best on that thesis, man. I know it's tough in the holiday season and relationships and all that stuff, man. But you've got big things ahead of you, bro. If you're working on a thesis, you've got a good life in front of you. All right, on behalf of Mark McGrath and Cheyenne, we love you, Braden. Be positive, bro. All right.
What a bitch.
Like, what possesses you?
Oh, my God.
To break up with somebody
on a
cameo with Mark McGrath.
My God.
Like, what? Even if that was his favorite celebrity.
Right.
You just ruined that for him because you had his favorite celebrity break up with him.
Hey, maybe we could go to a concert sometime and you can come backstage, we'll high five and laugh at the door. I'm going to fucking punch you in the fucking face.
No, you just broke up with me. What the fuck?
Yeah, we can hang out. We can hang out backstage. I'm going to deck you. That's what's going to happen.
Like like I said, that was, when I listened to that one, that was way more awkward than any of them I've heard so far.
And I love how at the end of it he said, on behalf of Mark McGrath. Well, who the fuck else would it be on behalf of? You're the one talking, dummy.
On behalf of Mark McGrath and Cheyenne.
Right.
Which, in all honesty, you hear the name Cheyenne.
Oh, she's trash.
And you just go, well, you're probably better off, bro.
She's got long nails and smokes Newports.
And they're the long,
and a tattoo.
They're the long pointy nails, and the tattoo she has is on her ribs, and it's writing.
Or it's like right above her boob.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Cheyenne.
100%.
Oh man, these cameos just keep getting more awkward.
Yeah, that was
brutal.
That was brutal. Especially dude's working on a thesis, and you fucking break up with him you have Mark McGrath do it while you're working on a thesis. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So what's the worst? So we said it last week. Like, who's a worse celebrity to have fire you? Who's a worse celebrity to have break up with you?
I don't know, man.
On behalf of your girl. Like, again, I'm gonna go with Fred Durst. Like that would be one of the.
That'd be bad.
One of the worse ones than that.
I would say it would have been like Dustin Diamond, rest in peace. That would have been pretty bad. That would have been pretty bad.
Yeah.
To have Screech like break up with you?
Yeah.
That would have been pretty shitty.
Yeah. There's not many other B celebrities that are B or C celebrities or even D celebrities. Like, that's a weird thing to do. To have a cameo video to break up with your significant other.
Yeah, it was
like, what would possess you to do that?
I don't know.
Like, what kind of pile of garbage are you? Well, her name's Cheyenne. So
yeah, exactly. I think that pretty much explains it. She drives a Grand Prix. She's got long nails. She smokes Newports. She got a tattoo probably on her rib cage and maybe above her boob, and she drives a Grand Prix. That's Cheyenne right there.
Or a G6.
Or a G6. There you go. That's Cheyenne right there. Done.
On behalf of anybody out there named Cheyenne, we're not sorry.
What's that saying? Sorry, not sorry?
Sorry, not sorry.
That's another fucking grind my gear thing when people say that shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
You know who says shit like that?
Cheyenne.
Chicks named Cheyenne.
Exactly. Anyways.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Frank, we missed you.
Yeah.
And get back whenever you can, but take care of your family shit.
Absolutely.
Give us a like, a share, and a follow on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out our website, sotdet.com. While you're there, take a look at our show picks and our blogs. Again, that's sotdet.com. Thank you, everyone, for listening and or watching. On behalf of Chris and Frank, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
Happy Chinooka.
And that is it for us today.
No, God, please, no!
Bye. Have a great time.
No, God!
Bye, guys.
No. Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
And you were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.